How does multi-platform impact your business, and how does it impact Ben?
So the holy grail for integration and the holy grail for multi-platform is that somebody takes action on a brand's behalf on a second or third screen. Whether they're tweeting about a product, that was an integration was done, and they go, "Oh my God, that was really awesome! Did you see the new Camaro at Transformers? I want to go out buy them." And we get that sentiment and that data and that information, and we use that to help the brand. Or on an e-commerce basis, which we envision in a couple of years, when it becomes less intrusive to have some sort of tagging. Again, less intrusive being the clarity, where a viewer can see that and then know where the dealer is and know what the special is and the deals, based on a mobile device or, a tablet. We've looked at that as evolving. It's probably phase 2 and phase 3 of Ben, the Brand and Entertainment Network, from my perspective, because in the beginning we have to get media agencies to change their behavior and think about embedding their products into content as an equal value to surrounding the content with a 30 or pre-roll. So our first task is, really to ensure we get that, business growing. But you will absolutely see that second social screen and the third screen of commerce being, I think, the holy grail to marketers for, being tightly wound with the IP that is being created. And the other thing is you see everybody from Ron Howard and Brian Grazer to David Fincher to, many Hollywood notables. Today it was Woody Allen, doing a deal with Amazon, right? And every day I get up and I read some report and go, okay, well, it's another day to get up and it's something different. But the content creators are making product directly for a device and for a different distribution pipe mechanism. So as those are all connected devices, it becomes really important to have a liaison from that group directly to the brands, and that's what we hope Corbis and the Brand and Entertainment Network is all about.
How much of a challenge will programmatic be, since everything would be bought by segmentation in bulk? And it seems to be moving to television, albeit slowly.
So for me, programmatic works in one part of our business of Corbis, and that's the side that's tied to celebrity imagery. We produce probably 40% of the content that you see on Just Jared, AOL, HuffPo, Wonderwall, Pop Sugar, a lot of the other sites of celebrities and interacting, in their current day culture with, primarily, going to sets, their normal routines and things along those lines. And I think that there's an opportunity on that side of the business to say programmatic will have a role, because there's a voracious celebrity culture, and those sites are growing, and the digital component of it is more. And I think you're going to see brands that are going to want to associate and know that Justin Bieber's fan base is a teen girl, 13 to 18, so I should serve them Maybelline ads. And I think we'll have some sort of role in that. But for us, within the content, within the Brand and Entertainment Network, it is still a creative community in Hollywood, and we're very aware that we want the producers that we work with to have a true insight in the brands that they use, because it talks about the character. So if somebody's drinking one of our clients' products, Heineken, it means they're probably a man of the world. It means they're, a little bit more upscale. It's not a college fraternity beer, so you're not going to see it in U-Haul, in Neighbors. You're more likely to see it in the Bond type movies. So I think we're very careful to believe that programmatic within embedding is probably not something we're going to see a lot of. Programmatic surrounding, from a standpoint of how do you use that really good content, whether it be celebrities or other assets Corbis has. So for example, if we're serving up really beautiful pictures of travel, would it be likely to have a Travelocity or a Kayak or an American Airlines connection? Yeah, absolutely. And again, as the IP holder, as the liaison to the content provider, being the photographer in this case, that's a logical place for our business to go.
So Mark, let's say one of your clients is going under a rebrand. You had mentioned Heineken having a very specific target consumer, how would you handle a rebrand to a different segment or a different target consumer?
So putting it together with entertainment and celebrity, I go back to different things we've done on behalf, even going back a while to Estee Lauder or Heineken or others, where entertainment is a quick way to age down a brand, make it more relevant. So from an Estee Lauder perspective, you think of it maybe as that was my mom's or my grandmother's makeup, and how do you bring it into today's generation? Well, you put it down to more of a Gwyneth Paltrow or the Sports Illustrated supermodels and connectivity there, and then sponsoring their events and looking at things that are really more relevant to that age. So I think as we just did a big program with Scarlett Johansson and SodaStream, and part of the rebranding there was she was a really perfect organic ambassador for the brand. She was a fan of the brand. She had been, seeded the product by us, had always been an admirer of the brand, and helps age it from a green standpoint, now from a mom standpoint, all the targets they want. So it's really finding the right talent or the right piece of content that achieves the brand objectives, but particularly when you want relevance, particularly when you change your age demographics, there's no faster sort of blink moment than, oh, that person means, Kanye means something, or a black Amex card means something. People, that's what we talk about with the producers so passionately all the time. The car they drive is a statement of, in a piece of Showtime content, and it's not our deal. Ray Donovan, Liev Schreiber is always in a beautiful Mercedes in that show, and it is honestly perfectly cast for him. And it probably, the brand really, I'm sure really likes it for what it does for the Mercedes brand, on their behalf.
So it sounds like you cast brands.
Absolutely. We think that they're part of the story arc.